nothing but the best. Let the good times unfold. Living free in the land of dreams. Dubai nights like nothing you've seen. Luxury every night we beam. Dubai life shining like a
Cruising through the street, the lights, neon glowing bright. Golden towers rise, highlight diamonds in the sky. Feel the rhythm pulse through in this paradise. Come on, feel the love life, it's time to ignite. Dubai lights, living with the flame. Oh yeah, luxury and lights, dancing everywhere. In this city where dreams shine so bright. Let's live it up in this electric Dubai night.
Part two. But so we talked
Yeah.
about all the attractive reasons why someone would entertain, this place. But now the biggest problem, which we know in sales, is like, well, how much does it cost me to really buy into it? I mean, you started talking about the rentals for someone that can come in and rent a place, and we didn't actually get into the details of that, but what that looks like, and then whether it being better to rent and or buy. I mean, there's a lot of projects out there. I mean, you're talking from apartments, studios to like villas and super villas. I mean, I've seen villas for $17 million. So
It's a cheap one already.
there you go. See, so folks, we're just joking here, but there is $17 million properties, and there is a lot less, expensive properties that are still decent in the best place, in a good place. And I don't think there's a bad place. That's the other thing. It's if you're in Dubai, it's all good. It doesn't, even if you go close to Dubai, the Sharjah or Abu Dhabi, there's still attractive places and beautiful places. And each one of those areas is still upcoming. So let's talk about that now. Let's talk about the opportunity, the real estate opportunity, and what's
So
available and
it's
how.
exactly the same how it's, for example, if we are comparing with New York. In New York, you can have some studio somewhere, right? So you can afford it, and you have sold it just a couple of days ago. I have seen some penthouses that are insane in money wise. So when you're coming in the beginning, if someone is relocating, I would suggest him always to rent. That can be a long-term rental. That can be even better a short-term rental. We have a lot of possibilities to rent monthly, to rent quarterly, to rent daily. Why I say that? Because you will need to find which area is good for you. And when the people just come, I will not advise them just to buy something till they don't understand the areas and what they like. I was 4 years in Business Bay, and it was super nice for me that time. But now in last year, I was wanting to be somewhere quiet, and I'm just 7 kilometers from downtown in very quiet area that I like it so much because it's not much people and it's quiet. And I'm in Dubai, but I'm outside of Dubai. I have Burj Khalifa view. I see all the skylines. I see everything, but I'm like somewhere. About the gated communities that you have mentioned, that's the most popular thing about the families. Why? Because you cannot enter and you cannot exit community if you're not part of it, and you cannot use any amenities that community is giving. And usually, what is it? The amenities. We have a lot of water, swimmable lagoons. We have a lot of parks. We have 32 kilometers a cycling track doing right now. So when you are inside the community, the idea is to spend the money in your neighborhood. So if we compare it business-wise with for example, in America, the 72% of the people that have small businesses are baby boomers, the people that will go and retire very soon, and they need to give these businesses to the younger generation that obviously it's in another world and don't want to do a business, small businesses. But if we're comparing like that, these small businesses was sustainable and they was working just because people was helping each other doing that. Oh, you have milk, I have a bread, you have this, you have that. And that's just like generations before that. That was for sure in Morocco, that's in Europe, that's everywhere like that. So right now the big corporations and the big companies take it over for a while right? So they have a lot of the share or the cake, as I want to say. So the developers here decide that, okay, we will do a community that will be with 10 kilometers park, that will be inside, we'll have a pool, we'll have a park for dogs, park for kids, 8 hospitals, all the schools, all the kindergartens, everything. So what that means that the family and the people that will live in that community will spend the money in that community, right? So when you are a business owner and when you are having, for example, you want to open a karate studio for kids or a kickbox studio for kids, you're analyzing where is the schools, where the people are living, right? All the marketing things. It's like, okay, I have a karate club inside my community, then I don't need to go outside in another community. And that is how they allocate the businesses and the people in the same place. So that's why it's gated. That's why not everyone can enter. It's not because of security things. It's because it's limited and it's only for the people that are living there, that are paying service charges, that are driving every day. You have even a petrol station inside the community. I mean, that much they have think of a small details. So the money are not going out of it. And the GDP in Dubai, it's 25% only from real estate, 1% from oil. Everything else is tourism and malls. So when we say malls, we have the biggest mall now, Dubai Mall, that are doing right now, they are getting extension. So it will be even bigger than before. And we have in every big community or in every gated community, after a while, it's coming a mall that you don't need to go to Dubai Mall or to go to Marina Mall or to go to this mall. You will stay again in the community. So the traffic will be less. The people will be more happy that they're not spending money outside. Everything is near. So all the families, the first thing is to live in the communities, inside the community. So when you see we can put the map of Dubai here, and you will see that it's built like that. So you have an area and you have community. You have an area, you have community, you have developer. And to be honest, it's very tough to be a real estate agent in Dubai because every single second something new is popping up. I have watched so many US TV shows about real estate. It's very interesting for me because it's a totally different market, totally different things. You need to get a listing, you get the listing, you do open house, you talk to. Here, there's nothing like that. Everything is so fast and so accessible for everyone, and everything is public. So if you buy the property for $500,000, you cannot say that you buy the property for $700,000 because every normal human being can enter DXB Interact or some of the platforms that the government is giving and can see how much you bought it, how much you rented, how much you sold it. So there is no cheating things about the sale. So it's pure numbers. It's pure informations. When you're getting the real license, the license that you need to be a real estate agent, the first thing is that you cannot mislead the client. If you mislead the client, then your career will be over very soon when the client go to happiness center and say, Monika, say to me this, and it don't happen this, happen that. So if you want us to walk them through all the investments and how the things are going from two, I will just need your help to make it in dollars, so it will be nicer.
So thank you for that.
We have units and we have apartments that are starting from $100,000, and that's existing, and it's a studios that approximately is between. You are using a square feet or square meters?
Here we do square feet, so
okay, so it's the same. Yeah, so it's between 350 square feet till 550 square feet for a studio. Right now, in the new developments, the studios are somehow not on the market anymore because people believe that it's a small size. So we see some difficulties about it. So now we have a smaller one bedroom or bigger one bedroom. So we have to choose between it. So when we are talking about one bedroom, we're speaking about from $170,000 and above. Then when you're comparing it, just name it a country. Let's put USA on when I was back home right now, I'm asking my mom, there is a new development. I'm like, how much is the prices for 2-bedroom here? I really like it, like it's something modern and it's something nice. She's like, 250,000 euros. So that's $300,000 for a 2-bedroom in Macedonia. So when we put it in the square feet, it's 300 grams of gold per square feet. Just to compare to the people to get more visualizing. So, and the benefit of having apartments and why the people are investing in Dubai is the only place in the world that you can pay your installments without any interest to the developer. So here, yes, there is a units that are ready. There is people that are living in it. There is people that are selling. There are people that are buying. But usually people that are end users and that want to same time to buy a unit and live inside, even end users not in nowadays, are getting loan from the bank or are paying full amount and they're getting a unit. This is something that's happening even in my country, in your country, in every country, right? We need to have something that is ready. We go, we pay, we sign. Thank you so much. So when I was searching and when I was amazed, like to close one unit to be transferred, if the unit is from me and you're buying it from me, you're the buyer, I'm the seller, you need 3 months. In UK, the transaction to come from A to Z. And here, the transaction is coming A to Z in 24 hours. Even if it's Sunday.
Hold that thought. You see, so this is the thing, and it's amazing. Like you mentioned, like the pricing in the 2-unit, one unit apartments, 1 bedrooms. I'm gonna give you, like for example, not even in New York. I'm talking about Jersey. A 2-bedroom right now, they're running about $3,000 a month. I'm talking rentals, $3,000 to $4,000 a month rentals, and this is not anywhere close. You're like an hour away from the city. In the city, you can't even talk about these prices when you talk about New York, right? It's amazing how the price ranges. And you said if you buy a condo, I mean a small little space or a co-op in the building now, it's like $400,000 or $500,000 for a 1 bedroom unit. And you have all these share holders, and you can't really make a lot of decision without people actually making a decision with you. It's different dynamics. I love what you said, the idea of like, yeah, you can buy a house, as you said in Dubai with your own money, cash and whatever. And then, or you can just mortgage it from the bank if you have the capabilities and you have an income or whatever. Similarly that you mortgage it in the US or Europe, you're going to do the same. But the difference, as you said, I think the opportunity is that there's so many opportunities in there where you can zero interest for the people that don't like to be that want to be interest free, right? And tax free. This is really the haven for them because you can literally just buy the property with little down and in no time. And so this is the thing. You said 24 hours. Just to give you an example, if you're to close a house, let's say I see a house today in the market and I want it, even if I have cash. I mean, there may be a couple of weeks before we can close that. That's the cash buy-in, straight up. If you do it at a bank, you can go from like literally 60 days, 30 days to 90 days. Depends on the bank, depends on the approval, the income, blah, blah, blah. There's all kind of stuff, your scores and everything. It's a very difficult, practice, and there's taxes and costs and so on and so forth that are attached to this. Now, let's talk about your system in Dubai now. I'm an investor or I want just to buy a place to live, So that's the other thing. There's the opportunity to live in, the opportunity to invest in, the opportunity to rent it out. I mean, there's so many things to flip it. There's so many options. Let's talk about these 3 different kind of concepts and really how easy is it for someone? What's a payment plan look like? And how can they make money out of it?
Yeah, so let's start with something that is already ready on the market. That's the historically, I have a house, it's ready. Maybe I live 3, 4, 5 years. I need a bigger house or I don't need the house anymore and I'm just wanting to sell it, right? So you need to have a broker to sell it.
You.
So you, like a person, me and you know each other, right? And it's like, okay, I want your house, and just give me your house. I pay you, and this is fixed. And the broker is included inside all these things to help the two sides to balance everything and the work to be done faster. It's not included because the broker needs to take commission. So it's good for the people that are working like brokers or like realtors, and for the people that need help to guide them through all the process. Because if you're having even 10 houses, you're not selling every day, right? So the laws are changing, the things are changing. So we are keeping up every single day with the new informations. That's the most common thing everywhere in the world. So when you are coming to me and saying, oh, Monika, I want a house. We're 5 people. We want to live on this side of the city. We want to be near to the water. We're not sure if we want apartment or we want a townhouse or a villa or something like that. The main thing is that we have everything. I mean, we have things, as I mentioned, from $100,000 up to $100 million, right? So when the first time buyers or the first time investors are coming in town, I'm someone that is teaching my team and myself to not mislead the clients to enter with the big amounts of money. I would like the experience of the people, what me and you are speaking today, because you experienced, you've been here a couple of times. I'm living here, so I experienced the moment. I would like the people to come, see it, visit it. Even if they are not here, we can do it remotely. We're all the time somewhere we're with the connectivity everywhere, so we can show everything. But the best way is people to fly in, finish the job, and do the things. So let's just for mathematics, let's say that we are buying something that is $100,000, right, or 1 million, as you wish. If you're buying something that is under construction, everywhere in the world, people have a bad instinct about under construction and they don't want to hear about it. So in US, it's a new development. As far as I understand, that's how it's called. My father have bought a house that I was needing to go when I was a student to live there. I never get that house, and he never get that house because the developer decides just to vanish and don't finish the house. So here, it happened before. It happened things like that before 2008, when all the world was a little bit shaky. And the government decided that there will be a certain institution that is called Dubai Land Department. That's the authority that have all the lands from Dubai. They have another in Sharjah, they have another in Abu Dhabi. It's called differently in every Emirate, but we're focusing today on Dubai, so I will just walk through the Dubai's rules and regulations. You have someone that's all the time balance on both sides, on the customer side and on the developer side. So what's that mean? It meaning that you want to buy for $100,000. You don't need $100,000 to buy a unit in Dubai. You need $24,000. And people are like, how I can buy for $24,000 an apartment? Because anywhere in the world, you can buy only maybe a 30 square meters garage for $24,000 anywhere. Doesn't matter where. Or a parking space. The developers, especially the ones that I work with, we have governmental, semi-governmental, and private developers. They have enough money for their buildings. So they don't need upfront the full amount of the money to build the building. They are well established. They have zero bank mortgages. They don't need the money upfront. What that means that the payments are linked to the construction. So if a developer can give you the payments to be linked to the construction, that means that that developer can build the apartments or the houses or the communities in the time zone that he's giving to you, and with all the rules and regulation that is How that is regulated? It's very smartly regulated in Dubai Land Department, that when you are buying a property, you're paying the only fee that you're paying, like registration fee to the government, or you to own the property, it's 4% from the total value once in the lifetime. So you are buying 100,000 today, you are paying 4,000 to the 40,000 to the government, and that's it. So they can be on your side and on the developer side. How is that regulated? It's that if you, like a client, are not paying your installments or your payments more than 29 or 30 days, or from the date that you need to pay, you are getting penalties. If the developer is not building the building when he's saying to you more than 30 days, he need to pay. So it's all the time some balance between the two of them. It's not favorizing the customer, it's not favorizing the developer. We, like people that are working in the real estate or like a realtor, we don't have supply and we don't have demand. We're some nice, interesting people that don't have anything in their own hands, but are helping another people to get their dreams in, or their dream homes. How we are doing that? It's even you are not paying when you like a client, you're not paying commission to the realtor or to the broker when you're buying under construction. The developer is paying us because we are promoting his project or his development. So when you have someone that you don't pay him and he is doing the job for you, that means that you are all the time getting proper information about everything, because no matter what happened, you are not paying this person, right? In business, that's the most important thing if you want someone to be loyal on your decisions. So the payments can be very different and very easy or difficult, depends of the year of the construction will be ended. So right now, everything that is from the biggest developers, to promote them, to not promote them, but they're the biggest ones here. We have MR, like a government developer, that is second largest developer in the world. Still didn't catch one Chinese developer. They have payment plans that are in 4 years or in 5 years. What does that mean? Shortly, you're paying every year 20% of the apartment. So let's take one apartment that is $100,000. You pay 20% down payment. You pay 4% the fee to the government directly. And every year you're paying 20%. How this 20% can be divided, it depends on the developer. Can be every 3 months 5%, can be 2 times in a year 10%. Approximately, that's the idea. If you're buying something today in 25 and it will be ready in 26, for sure the payments will be more aggressive. And it happened with a couple of developers that they say, oh, under construction, we cannot take a mortgage. So the bank is not financing the units that are under construction. So what the developers did, they give a 8 years, 10 years payment plan that is 1% per month. So the people will be able to afford their units. So if it's 100,000, you pay 214. So if it's 1 million dirham, for example, or $250,000, you pay in the beginning 24%. Every month for 1%. You have some bullet points, depends how long it's the completion date. And there is even options that you can get the key and pay after.
Like 3 years.
When the investors are included, or the homeowners are included in all this process, I say you are not paying the unit 100,000. You are paying the unit 65,000. The 35%, it's you're getting the key, you can rent it out, your rent can pay for your installments, so you don't bring money out of the pocket. So that's even that's kind of scenario. So depends. It's like tailoring a suit. I always say, like, when some client come to me, I'm tailoring a suit that needs to be. I lost you.
I'm
You
there.
come back. That it's a customized suit for every single person as per his needs and what is good for himself. About the rentals, when you are an investor that already have a unit, is almost ready, and you want to have a passive income, it's very nice that the maximum amount of checks that the people are giving for the good units is 4 checks. Means you're getting the money up front. You don't need to wait every single month and go around the tenant and say why you didn't pay electricity, why you didn't pay. You mentioned it, one of your friends, about the full situation that is happening in the USA, and here everything is properly. You are a new tenant, right? I get apartment for a year. I need to change the electricity on my name. To change the electricity on my name, I need to pay around $500 upfront, like a security deposit, if anything happened. So I'm paying in the beginning. It's a refundable money. It's a usable money. It's just like a credit, like a prepaid credit on your SIM card to be there. So if anything happened, you don't have any problems with the government or with this or with that. About utility wise, we pay maybe the less in the world. I don't know if someone pay less than what's to buy. People pay for electricity and for water and for internet. So the internet is from $50 a month, full internet with everything that they can give you. That's the top one. You have even for less. You have electricity, water, the gas combined. It's coming 120 maximum, depends of how big is the house per month. So
if it's a villa, I'm sure it's gonna be more.
Yeah, I was back home, and my mom just called me, and she's like, you and your sister need to pay the electricity for last month. You guys make 300 electricity only, and it's a 2-bedroom apartment. I mean, it's insane, and all the utilities that are there. So when I say that people have misconception about Dubai, it's that I was just now before the podcast in the supermarket, and I have bought maybe for 10 days food for me with $80-90. Again, when I was in Greece with $80-90, I can buy a couple of ice creams and 2 Coca-Colas and 1 pizza, and that's it. It's going faster than so. I was having this come all from one interaction on my social medias. I was asking people what they want to know about Dubai. So they was asking me questions, and it's like, what you can buy with $100. And I have posted them with the proofs. This. And it's like, oh, yeah, we know that with $100, like maybe 2 people can eat in the restaurant. Maybe no, 1 person can eat in the restaurant in US. Anywhere, doesn't matter, it's New York or it's somewhere else, right?
The prices are ridiculous.
Yeah, even Greece. I bring my sister for when we was on the holiday, and she's like, oh, I want a pancake. I'm like, okay, let's take a pancake. $12. Pancake.
Oh, easy.
I'm like, okay, what did they have a gold inside? Maybe.
Like
it's a normal until you don't come here, until you don't see it, till you don't visit. It's very difficult to explain, because everyone is seeing Burj Khalifa, the fountains, the beach bars. People are not. Me, I'm usually taking videos, and I will share it with you from the people that are working, the people that are happy, the security that every morning is saying to me, good morning, how are you? We're talking about the basic labor jobs that I come from. Firstly, when I come to Dubai, I work in. I was not sad. I was having a job. I was having everything that I need, So it depends of your ambition, and depends where you want to be and how you want to live. there is for everything, for everyone, a room for it.
I'm listening to you, Monika. It's just there's a lot, and so, but I think the point for anyone watching or listening right now, if you want to invest in real estate, there's a good place. Dubai can be the place. If you want to live in Dubai, it could be very easily, fixed. Because the real estate, I mean, this is a known fact. I mean, the biggest piece of our monthly income, revenue is usually spent on our accommodation, our, lodging,
Yeah.
wherever we live, right? Our shelter. Because I mean, that's a basic necessity. And so whether you're renting or you're buying, that's going to be the biggest chunk, of a lot of people. They have, let's say in the US, we have a bi-weekly or every other week paycheck. And so the first paycheck is usually your mortgage, rent, whatever. And the second one is everything else. And maybe if you're lucky, you make some savings. That's the average person, right? Now, of course, if you make a lot of money, that could be easily, navigated. But the average person, even in the US, I think the average household income is like $64,000 a year, which after tax and everything, it's not a lot. I mean, really, and it depends on, the space you live in, depends if you have cars. And typically, if you live in the suburbs in the US, you're going to have at least 2 cars if there are 2 people driving, going to work. So you're not going to have a lot, left. And the prices of the housing prices, I mean, yeah, you can get into a house in the US, for example, for 3 to 5% down if you're a first-time home buyer. But again, at what price range? I mean, the pricing is just amazingly high now. I mean, 4 years ago, before COVID and the pandemic, it was much cheaper. I mean, in like Florida, you could have gotten a great house for a fraction of the price today. But now forget about it. I mean, the price has doubled up, in some places in terms of value. So side by side, comparing Dubai, invest in the US or invest in any other place, there's a great that even if you do it as a vacation home, right? And here's the thing, it's a high destination, which means you're going to have, when I worked in Disney back in the days, and I lived in Florida, that was the hottest destination. At least, people came from all over the world. So when I sold timeshare back in the days, and we used to say this to people like, hey, you're never going to run out of, potential tenants because people are always here vacationing and coming to the parks. Well, someone can say the same thing about Dubai. You're never going to run out because, as you said, 50,000 plus every day coming in.
Every day coming from there.
Listen, I've stayed in hotels, and frankly, hotels are nice, but nothing beats to have a nice little place for yourself that you can stay, especially if you're going to stay for a couple of weeks and, and more, it's better because you have, and by the way, these apartments that you're referring to are state of the art technology. Everything is smart. You have a gym in there. You have a pool in most of these places.
Always, yes.
Yeah. So in essence,
all of the places need to, by the law of the Dubai Land Department, they need to have a pool. They need to have a gym. They need to have a nice reception. There is a lot of rules when you are submitting, and I was wanting to go a little bit in that part so people understand, is that when I am a developer and tomorrow I am deciding that I will build a building, right? So I'm preparing all the things with architecture, designs, and I'm submitting this kind of things. So I need 20% from the total value of the building to put it down together with the project to be freezed in escrow account. What escrow account means is for every single project, the government is opening a bank account that you, like a developer in the beginning, when you're submitting the documents to get permission to start building or to start selling or to open an escrow account so that people can pay you for the down payments and everything, the developer didn't get any of the money till 65% of the construction of the building. I will just say it one more time. He needs 20% down payment for the full building. So if it's 1 billion, he needs 200 there. He cannot use it in any moment till the building is not
250 million, yeah.
Right? So he'll put it there. And you want to buy up units under construction, you're paying 24%, 20%, I'm paying 20%. This money are not going to the developer bank. They are going to the escrow account. Till the moment developer don't start building and getting 65%, the only money the developer can use it from escrow account is to pay the agents, to pay some commission to the agents directly from there. So again, the developer is not doing that. the government and the Dubai Land Department is just, okay, you sold the unit, here is your part of the deal. Okay, you sold the unit, here is your part of the deal. So managing the money are not inside the developer or the company. It's something that they have faced it before, they have learned it, and they say, you want to be a developer, you do our way. So when someone asking me, oh, how I will buy somewhere where it's only sand, this is the most common question. I was like, if you're an investor and if you are right in your mind, you buy something when it's sand only, when it's nothing there, right? Why? Because the appreciation and all the stuff that maybe we'll do it in part 3, the details about the things are there, right? So people are safe. How? Because their money in every moment, if the developer don't do something, they are getting penalties 1% every month that they are not releasing the units. And you're owning the property after 24%. 20% to the developer, 4% to the government. And it's happened just now, today. I was with the clients in MR, so they decided to buy their house. It's for them. And I'm like, okay, guys, wait here. I just need to print some papers and I'll bring it because today it's Sunday, right? We work on Sundays too. So I come and I was like, oh, this is the title. This is the reservation form. And this means that the apartment is yours. And both of the clients froze. They say, how the apartment is mine? Say, this is a 21 page that is sales purchase agreement that is saying everything exactly the same how the law is saying from the government, from Dubai Land Department, is exactly the same printed form from MR that you are owning this house with all the rules and all the regulations. I say, if you want, you can check with the lawyer. If you want, you can sign it tomorrow. But here you don't need to check with the lawyer because lawyer will say to you, why you're bothering me with these things? It's exactly the same papers. So 21 pages, all of them, pros and cons from the developer side and the client side. They have signed it. I have to take the passport copy. So they have in 1 hour their home by their name. So if someone, and most of the people want to have a visa, an investor visa, a 10 years visa, golden visa as it's called here. There is different type of visas that we have. We have 2 years visa, 3 years visa, employment visa, investor visa, golden visa, a lot of visas. Okay, so if someone is coming and want to relocate from USA, from India, from Europe, from anywhere, and he wants to live here and to be longer period of time here, and he want to retire or to work on his own business, there is multiple ways of doing it. But the most one is owning a property, and automatically more than $500,000, you're getting a 10 years visa for yourself, your wife or your husband, your kids, your mother and your father. Just you don't get from the, let's say, from the husband side, mother and father, if it's on the lady side, the unit. So you are getting sponsored all the business things. That is very, very, very simplified. If we compare to anywhere else that you need, like UK, USA, Canada, Australia, Schengen and Europe. So you have a very long process, even if you're owning a company. Even my previous owner in the tourism, he's Austrian. He's 15 years spending and bringing money to my anything. He don't know visa. He don't know.
You broke up there. You said he's 15 what years doing what?
15 years he's having a business in Macedonia. He's bringing money from all over the world to the country, and he have a properties and he have a team of 50 people, but he don't have anything from the countryside. He don't get it.
So, Monika, question, just to clarify. So, the 500,000 value of the house gets you the gold visa, but you don't physically have to have 500,000. You buy a property that is $2 million or equivalent to 500. Yeah. The worth of it is that. And so you, to your point, 24%, and then you basically are already qualified because as
Yes.
as what you can rent it, whatever, and it pays itself. But the value of the property is that under your name, therefore you qualify for that. Am I getting that
Yes,
right?
and the easy thing is that you can sell it after 30%, after 40%, after 60%, after 70%, depends of,
The minimum 30%.
yeah. The minimum is 30, yeah. The minimum is 30%. And if we say that we have, for example, $1 million unit, 250, same apartment in Macedonia, 2-bedroom, you put it down, you keep it for a while, the prices are going up all the time. Why? And there is a, maybe we need to do a one special edition for bubble index when it comes in March now, the new one for 2024.
Yeah.
That the US, there is 50 cities all over the world that are in that bubble index. It's a Switzerland company, 250 years old, and they're analyzing everything inside the economy, and they're putting it. Last year, Dubai was in the last 0.64 of bubble index about the prices, because the price per square feet is way less than most of the cities. So we was on the 43 place from 50.
Well, Monica, question.
Yeah.
And you said something very, very interesting to our audiences, is that anyone that's interested in real estate and investment and making money, the idea, by the way, it makes sense, right? If you buy in a project that is literally just sand for now, I mean, you see what the value, I mean, you see these demos and models and CGI and graphics and how these futuristic, visuals of these projects out there, you can see how they're going to look like. But to your point, that's the lowest point of entry. And matter of fact, when you reserve it, it's yours. And so as it develops and the whole thing, and usually you do it in phases. So phase one, you're gonna get the first bunch.
Yeah, let's
phase
break
two,
it down. Let's take the example from today. So the guys bought a 4-bedroom apartment that is 240,000 square feet. The area, the plot is 3,600, so it's very nice corner plot for $750,000. That amount of money is divided on 5 years. So the unit will be ready in 2028 in the end. So 2029 beginning, between December and January, it will be ready. So $750,000. The first thing when someone is here or that someone is deciding to own the unit, depends of the developer. Usually it's 3 to 5% that you need to put down, like a booking amount. Okay, and you have by law 7 to 14 days to complete the rest of the 20% payment. Why we are doing that and why we have that like it is because money can be everywhere. International transfers can take sometimes 7 to 10 days. It's about the banks and the regulations and the KYCs and everything that is happening all over the world. So that's why we have 7 to 14 days to complete the down payment. So the guys complete the down payment because they are living here in Dubai and they're staying a lot of time. They complete it in the same time, right? They pay 20% to the developer and they pay 4% to the government. That's why they get it in the same time, their own paper, sales purchase agreement, that they have purchased this unit and it's with them. So when we speak about homes and townhouses that are right now are very in demand, because only 5,500 are releasing in 2025, it will be ready. So we're very short in homes, not in apartments. Even in apartments we're short, but why? Because we know some people that are coming and we know exactly how much units we need to give to this kind of people when they come. So we're in shortage. So that's from where this bubble, it's not coming, and the price per square feet is still very less. So you want, for example, by any reason to sell this unit, right? The next payment, it will be after 3-6 months, depends of the developer. You pay the next 10%, right? So we have around 200,000 for 750. So 30% of it. It's been already maybe a year. How it's appreciating? I always say 3 ways of appreciating things. I'm saying 85% of the properties that are right now in Dubai that are already there will not appreciate anymore. And people get scared. They say, how? I say, Palm Jumeirah already matured. JBR matured. Marina matured. Business Bay still have time to pick up, but almost matured. Downtown already done, right? JVC already completed everything, it's there. So when I say matured, means that right now what we have a couple of projects, like if we mention them, like Dubai Islands or Valley or some gated communities that are coming new, or Expo on the side of the airport, or MR South on that side, the communities, there is nothing there, right? So, and there is no people that are living there. Why? Because we are just selling right now into a clusters. What that means that every community have minimum 5 to maximum 10 clusters, means roles, how we are dividing it. So the construction will go from left to right or from right to left slowly. So the cost of the construction will not cost a lot. So we build the first role, we build the second, and people will say, oh, how I will be somewhere where is construction. That's everything, it's planned from before. So you cannot hurt or you cannot see the construction, because wherever you go, you can see construction, because we are constructing the city still, right? So it's something that is very, very normal. So when you are entering somewhere where is no malls, no golfs, no parks, no schools, no hospitals, you are entering in a price point that you are supporting the developer to start and build the community. So the developer is giving you a price because you trust him, right? And that first price, usually the developers are having only 2 to 3% profit of it. So I analyze a lot of projects and I'm very interested in numbers, and I'm like, okay, they're just selling it in the same amount, how much the constructions is costing and how much the plot is costing for them. Why? Because they need the first people to believe in them and to start the community. So if we take it like examples, the people that have been already in Dubai, for example, knows downtown. Everyone knows downtown. Even if they don't be, they see Burj Khalifa and fountains. So 2015, even 2021, but people will just say, oh, it was Corona time, so I will not enter there. 2015, the one-bedroom apartment with the fountains views was sold for 2.3 million dirhams. Right now, that same apartment is 10 million dirhams. We will say why. There was no Burj Khalifa before there. There was no fountains there. Dubai Mall was not having 240 million visitors a year. I don't know how they put all these people up, out, in and out. So they think that it will not be that much attraction. So we have one entry and one exit from downtown. So every time it's a traffic, right? But people, when they come here, and the first thing that they think is Burj Khalifa. So the tourists want to stay there. So the community, when these people with 2015 bought it, the units was not matured. It was not buildings. In downtown, there is no plot anymore. Everything is built. So we something that will be new development. There is no new development. Only maybe if someone turn it down the building and start it from the beginning will be a new development there. So everything is planned and with the mission. This is for high quality. This is for people that have a lot of money and staying home. This is for people that are driving here and doing tech. And even the industries are separated. Like we have the export import on the old side of Dubai, on the Deira, Dubai Islands, and all this stuff, where is now DXB airport, and all export import and all trading stuff and all the businesses are happening there. we have the food supply that is from Al-Quds, right? So when you ask someone, oh, what's your business? What do you work? You exactly know where he's staying. So, for example, now in DIFC or on World Trade Center are happening all the things, but the government is moving World Trade Center to Expo Center. So all the tech people and everything else, they want or they don't want, they will need to move.
So the World Trade is moving?
Yeah. We don't have enough space.
It's a huge World Trade Center there. I mean, I've been to a few expos there, but I mean, if they can move,
it's probably... Expo is like 4 times bigger.
Wow.
So Expo 2020 was built for the Expo, but now they're expecting $2.4 billion a year only from the events that is happening in Expo. So even the one very big Chinese company, tech industry, bought a land on that site, and they will move all the headquarters and everything on towards the airport. So the traffic and everything else and the people will slowly move from the site, so it will not be concentrated like what is happening now in Business Bay or what is happening in Manhattan or what is happening, like only one single piece of land and everyone is there, and it's mess for everybody. So the new Palm, you mentioned the new Palm, this is how the people are calling. When people bought it in Palm, when no one believed in Palm, people bought it from 5 to 7 million villas, independent. Right now, that villas are 100 million, 50 million, 70 million. And we are speaking of small time. Dirhams. Yeah, dirhams, but we're speaking of small time. So even if we convert it, they bought it for $1.2 million.
That's worth 10 million.
Right? So now it's not, now it's more than 10. The 10 million, it's the average one that is not upgraded, that is still there and it's only 7 to 10 years. So the new Palm is starting from $5 million under construction. Okay. So all the port in Mina Rashid, the old port that was happening on the Deira side, it will be moved to Palm Jebel Ali. The people that are having businesses already get a 3 years notice to go there because we don't have space for the trading and the ships and everything that are coming here. So in the moment that the Sheikh was doing Dubai, was not thinking that it will be that much successful. So now we are finding solutions how we give more space to people when they come to have the comfort, and they want till 2033 to be a 20-minute city. So all the roads and all the amount of money and all the projects that are going on day and night, as you mentioned, 24 hours, are wanting in the upcoming 5 to 8 years to be everywhere in Dubai, to be accessible for 20 minutes.
I think they could do it. I mean, by the way, I've tested it. I mean, from downtown, I mean, typically it doesn't matter how far you are, you're 25, 30 minutes tops to the downtown. It doesn't matter what area you come from. And that's in peak time. I mean, if there's no traffic rush hour, I mean, you can be there in no time at all. I mean, the speed on the highways, I mean, they have cameras, they have stuff, but they're pretty, good flow, venues. I mean, the streets and the main avenues are the boulevards and the roads are pretty large in scale, so they can 7, 8 lanes. I mean, they can really sustain a lot of traffic. And to your point, there's so many other projects that are coming in the downtown area and other borders, and it's just, as you said, like there's deconcentration of traffic and populations in bigger areas and more inland now, a lot more residential inland, like the project that the Mac one that I was able to see that last time I was with you.
Last residential tower in the world. We don't have enough things, so we have now the tallest residential tower in the world. We have a Mercedes tower. We have a Bentley tower. Just you name it, I will tell you. So there is, if someone have we have Jacob & Co, for example. So if someone have a collections of things and people want to collect different things, to put his Bugatti on 53 floor in the living room. So this was happening, and it was documented with Netflix and all this and other TV shows before. But now developer is doing this for you, right? So you want Bugatti, you want even your car to be in your living room, no problem. We put, when we do the construction, we put the car in the living room. So it's about lifestyle and how you would like to live the life, a room for everybody. From small kids till a lot of people retire here because of the weather, as we mentioned. The weather is perfect for 9 months. The next 3 months, it's every country that have 4 seasons is exactly the same thing. A lot of ACs, a lot of buses with the AC, a lot of things, and it's just couple. And we have the rain. Already we have the rain, right? We floated a little bit the city by mistake one time. Everyone was talking about it, but it was a good advertisement.
Well, they actually work, and that's something someone can say. Well, the infrastructure was not able to absorb all that rain.
Yeah,
well,
now it's done.
Well, they're already fixing it. They're already having a new system to drain the city out, to see. So that's the thing. Like, they have missed a couple of things, because when you build anything in magnitude in no time, there's got to be things that you might not see, because especially if you're not used to rain, for example, and all of a sudden you have rain, it may shift. But that's the thing. Like, problems can always happen. The question is how you deal with them, how fast, and how you can convert these things into an opportunity. And that's what's happening. I mean, again, talking about vision, that 2030 vision, I think that's already done. I mean, the next one is like, what, 2040 or 2050?
2040, yeah.
There you go. I mean, so it's like, I mean, like, you can't even comprehend the magnitude. And again, for everyone watching and listening, you might not, as you said, you got to see the map. I'm going to see if I can throw some maps, as the show is actually edited. But you'll start seeing like how it all started, how it is, where it's going.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when you go into the palm, right? It from the pictures or from the aerial views, it looks just like a little thing, but really, I mean, it's a long avenue and a lot of branches and a lot of properties, a lot of stuff, and there's so much stuff going on in there. This new one is going to be bigger. There's also, like you mentioned, Port Rashid. There's a whole new area that's being developed there. Then you have other projects, and I know you have so many. And you as a realtor, you have different projects and different developers that you work with at all times. I mean, from DMR and Damak, Aziz, and all of this.
The most interesting thing that is happening to me, it's when I speak to people and it's like, oh, send me something on WhatsApp and I will look at it and I will come back to you. It's like 4,000 different projects. Even if I sit like 3 days to send something on WhatsApp, I'll not be able to, right? Because the WhatsApp will block me and say, where you are sending this much things, or Telegram or any platform. I mean, just come to my mind like WhatsApp. So the best thing is to meet the person that understands the job. I mean, you are there for more than 20 years. I'm here for 5 only. But to meet someone and explain the things, because we are working this for 12 to 16 hours a day and we are keeping updates. There is no book for real estate. I wish there is, because I have tomorrow 4 new joiners that are joining. Some of them are experienced in their own countries. Some of them are without experience. And I wish there is a book that I will hand them over and say, guys, this is the book. You need to study the law. You need to do this. You need to do that. And after that, come and just talk. There is a lot of education that is going on, a lot of new things that is happening. You need to be updated about all the visa stuff. You need to be updated about all the laws, regulations, freehold or leasehold things, developers, quality. You need to check, right? So a good agent or a good realtor, it's a half-life of your investment here. One, it's not a self-promotion. Choose one. There is a lot of good people that are 10, 15, 20 years on the market with a lot of educations that you are not paying to the agent, right? So you can choose whoever agent you want. Stick with it. Learn from him. Go small till you go big, till you make a couple of units and a portfolio. That's what I'm specialized in, making portfolios from 1 unit coming to, till now I make 24. Let's see how it will be how it will be the records, the upcoming records, especially for the investors or the people that want to relocate. Firstly, they need to study the market and they need to visit and they need to see everything before they decide and make decisions. Yes, our launches are sold out in 24 hours. Our launches are sold, the max sold 12 billion the day that we met after the 12 billion, 4,000 units in a day.
That's a
MR
crazy
sold,
bid war. I mean, yeah, it's amazing.
MR sold 67 billion worth of properties last year, right? So then this year they're launching more than 85 billion worth of inventory. So you are inside that or you are not inside of that. We have people that understand the market come when it's still young, it's not matured, it's not very high price per square feet. We cannot compare Corona prices with the normal prices from before. So if we take that 1,000, like $300 is per square feet, that is still not very high price for all the amenities and all the things that you are getting. And minimum 30 to 40% from off plan till ready. And if we talk about the rental incomes, it's from 6 to 14%. The most rental income is 8. And this is statistic that you can check, and you, when you edit it, you can put it online. The people to see it. When we compare with the UK, with USA, with America, with Africa, right? The rentals are 3, 4, 5, right? And here you're getting the equity that you have put. And if you take something that is with post handover payment plan, you get on the 60% that you have paid, not on the 100% that the people misconfused sometimes. About not losing money, what I mentioned before, maybe someone will say, oh, she said that we will never lose the money. The developer is helping you to not lose the money. How? They're raising the price every single launch 5 to 7%. So if we remember on the conversation before that we say that developer, when he's launching for a launch price, he have only 2%, 3% profit. In the second launch, he have 10% profit. In the third launch, he have 15% profit. Why? Because he have less supply, more demand. So the investors that want to...
And now you have the difference in the pricing. So if you want to flip it, you already have a demand.
Yeah, like example, if we take, we was having a very nice community to 23 was launched in January. Arabian Ranches was called. Arabian Ranches 3. They have 1, 2, and 3 all townhouses and villas communities. It was launched for 1.2 million dirhams or $300,000. And we have sold it there. And after a while, after year and a half, there is a client that was end user and he asked for units. So it was like a circle. So the people bought here and in the end the people bought here. Like exactly the same line, the same space. So the first one bought for 300, the last one bought for 700. And it's a year and a half of the sales launch. Why? Because it was 11 different launches, 11 different clusters. I don't know how you guys are mentioning it. The terminology here is like that. So if the community have 1,000 units, every cluster, it's with 100 units. So in the first moment when they're giving for 300,000, they have a 1,000 units. The second time they have 900 units, so they put an extra 30,000. So it's 330. So 360, 390, all over till it comes to 700. And when it's 700, the first one is already ready. When the last one is sold in, the first one is already ready. So the people that want to resell can sell for the price that the last unit was sold from the developer. So when I say you are not losing money, I mean that every single developer, no matter who is it in Dubai, it's helping you with the amenities, with the maturing of the project, with all the stuff that they're putting to grow. So the only thing that you can lose is to get exactly the same amount that you have put it. So if you put $300,000, and in the worst case scenario, you get $300,000. And again, people say, oh, in Corona time, we have bought it. That Corona time happened once in 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years, and that's it. Like the market is just going nice. All the market, it's going up, and after it is slowing down, and after that it's going again up, if we see, and it's happening every 10 years. So 2008 was the market crashing. 2019, Corona came. So now it will be 2030 maybe, with some economic crisis and some things, because that's the nature of a market. It's nothing to do with us. We don't have strength to do it. So till 2030, you can own one apartment, sell it, own another, rent it, own third one, give it for short-term rental. You have 52,000 people a day. They don't stay, all of them, in hotels. By the way, the hotels and the private short terms are on 85% occupancy. So we are in shortage in that too. Why? Because Emirates, as you mentioned, and all the other high airplanes, or a low ticket size airplanes, or a middle class airplanes, all of them are here. You just name it, all of them have a place in the one are in Abu Dhabi, another in Etihad, third are in DXB, fourth will be in Sharjah, fifth will be right, but it's inside 30 minutes all over the place. Or if you're in Abu Dhabi, 1 hour, 100 kilometers away from the city. So it's very connected, and the Etihad train that is coming and connecting everything with all the GCC countries, it will be something that is amazing.
So Monika, I know we've done a couple of hours. Just to wrap it up, there's a couple of things, takeaways. First of all, we talked about all the benefits of stuff, and we talked about how the population is going to double up, so the demand will be there. And to your point, the smart way of developing is that they do a big project, phase 1, 2, 3, cluster 1, cluster 2. So if you invest in the first one at zero, mark, nothing has been put in that location yet. By the time the project gets over and they start the last one, that value is already doubled up, because the demand will still be there, but now you bought it at the lowest potential price. And now obviously when someone comes in and you run out of that, that becomes a very well, sought location or prime location. There is no more developing, so you'll have to buy second hand, or a second market. Now the prices are already there, and to your point, at least at the latest or the latest, price range that was developed. So it's already there. Your investment is almost guaranteed. It's not even almost, it is guaranteed.
The worst case scenario, I said that the 30% are every time there from the beginning when you buy off plan till the end when the apartment is ready. That can be in 3 years, in 5 years, in 7 years, depends of you and how much of your liquid money, of your cash flow you want to put it on the market. So if you come to me and say, Monika, I want to put it $500,000 and I want a ready unit, I will tell you, are you sure? And you will say, why? I'll say, because you are paying 30 to 50% to someone else appreciation. So if you want that, me more than happy to do it. But if you are investor and if you are thinking clearly, then why would you put a $500,000 down when you cannot use it only in real estate? You can use it in every another option, in your business, in trades, in stocks, in whatever you would like to do it, right? So the when you're taking a real estate, because usually in the past only the people that have a lot of money own real estate. Now that is changing. Why? Because that's affordable affordable ways of owning a piece of real estate.
It is, and it is made very easily in terms of the payment plan and how it's structured. But you're right. I mean, unless you have a lot of money and you just want something that's ready and you just don't want to wait because you want to kind of buy this unit at this price, like someone wants the Palm, that's the price you want it now. You want to be in, or you can just go into the next one and buy the new one, but was to be developed, and you're still going to be high. but you're gonna get the top line, line of what that palm looks like.
It's upgraded. It's way
exactly.
upgraded than the before one.
Well, it's bigger. Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
the
But see,
developer was not having experience when it was doing the first man-made palm, right? So now it's a semi-governmental developer. They have a more space between the palms. They have more privacy. They have more nice build. So it's upgraded. It's from experience. It's come from experience.
and they're always learning, and they're always adapting, they're always adjusting and refixing. That's the beauty of it. It's like continuously monitoring and learning and developing more and more. So there's that. So there is opportunity to purchase. There's opportunity to invest. There's definitely a return investment, whether you want to flip or you want to just rent it out and have a stream of income. All of that. And if you want to live, obviously you have a lot of options there. And yeah, let's say you're planning to move in a couple of years, you can start now, and in 2 years you already have your property, and that's it. Boom. You can have two, one that creates a net revenue and one that actually is doing. As you said, you like to do the portfolio business, so you can play with different, investment structures to help people.
And every profit that you are taking, you have zero tax. The most important thing. Right, so a real estate, it's only, and it will be only place maybe that we never, like, if your rent is $25,000 a year, then you get a $25,000. You are not getting 20, you're not getting 15, you're not getting 10. After all the cuts, you're getting $25,000.
Monika, one thing to highlight there is I heard that you pay in advance, which means if you're an actual landlord or landlady,
yes, you pay a check for a year.
You actually prepaid on your property for the full year in advance, so you don't have to worry about like collecting rent and this going to the court to evict people, whatever. It's already prepaid. So if they're in, and you don't even have to do anything, agencies.
Yeah, it's maximum. That's what I mentioned. It's the most transactions are made on 2 times a year, 1 time a year. Or if the landlord have a lot of units, that time, the only time is like, okay, let me give it every quarter, so he get a return of investment quarterly, so he don't spend the money.
Still a good thing. Still a good opportunity. Well, so there's a lot of stuff. Now, the one thing that you mentioned about, like, when you reserve something, I just want to highlight that is that you can literally, what is that? There's a certificate. They put a 10,000 or whatever just to hold a lot.
That's we didn't mention that. When the new project is coming, and the projects are all the time hype here, so the investors that already have taken units in the previous one and they have success, and 70% are repeated buyers. When there is very, very few people that have only one property in the way, very few. So when you see the statistics, why? Because it's like, okay, I have one, I get a good return of investment. Why would I not get a second one from the first one? Why? Because if you get property anywhere in the world, till you get your money back, you need minimum 20 years, 15 to 20 years. When you get a property in Dubai, in 7 years to 9 years, you can bring all your money back, plus you can start earning a profit. So if that is the shortcut is 10 years, someone have 3 properties, his shortcut is already 3 years that he's getting his profit back. So I have met a lot of people with by myself, with my team, and I say that very few people have only one piece of land or one studio or one bedroom. Why? Because I say start small, start exploring. When you understand what's the game and how you need to do because it's it's something similar like trading. Like, you cannot trade if you don't know all the stuff, right? If you don't know the stuff, then you cannot even run a company or do a business. So before the successful people become successful in business, they have failed like 3 times. So they get one piece of land or of property that will appreciate with 400%, as I mentioned, in downtown, right? They bought it for 2.5. They have sell it now for 10. It's a 400% appreciation. But I always just mention to the people the low and the worst case scenario. So when something better happened, they will be impressed of it, and it will not be that, oh, Dubai, it's everywhere is just pink and everything is nice and everything is good. Yeah, we have pros and cons, but it's a very comparison. There is no comparison right now with another places with the opportunities that they are allowing to the people.
Oh, thank you. But so someone, if I wanted to do this, like right now,
Yeah.
I can. There's a project I can put a deposit on a lot, and it's
Yeah,
it's a
it's
safe
called
money.
expression of interest. It's just a manager check or a online transfer that, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's 2, 3, 4% depends of the developer. Let's say around approximately it's like $10,000 for 1-bedroom apartment. So you want in some area to get in the community, you want in the first launch to enter, then you need to register with your passport, with your broker or realtor, that you have interest in this property, and it's fully refundable. Like you cannot lose them, and it's usually happening 7 to 10 days before the launch. So you don't have the money for 7 to 10 days. You put $10,000 and you say, I want 1-bedroom apartment here in this project. Please find it for me, because we have a good connections with the biggest developers because of a lot of sales. Then we have a priority all the time to choose units, and to that's why I say it's a half health if you have a good realtor in Dubai. So all your things that you need, like a person to do everywhere in the world, the broker or the realtor is doing for you here.
Also,
So-
thank you, Mike.
From $10,000 and above, you can already put your place. And people will say, oh, that is just for taking photos, and that is because you guys want to do hype. We don't. Like if you don't buy it, then someone else is begging us for the same thing because it's very limited units. So
I've experienced that personally, and so I actually,
Yeah.
you know, that same day we were there.
you still have time for the second launch.
Well, yeah. Well, but that's the thing. Like, you know, these things are so quick. I mean, I have seen it
Yeah.
with my own eyes. I mean, literally the day we met, you know, I had 2 meetings, and in that same day, that same project was given twice.
12 billion.
And the next day, you know, there was a bidding war. I mean, literally a big event with people going crazy to actually, you know, secure the units for those that haven't put in the actual, you know,
Yeah.
reservation. And it was done. That's it. Boom, sealed. It is amazing. And that's actually when you get to the ground, you know, zero kind of concept. Now, the next phase, that same price would be at least, you know, the 10% markup already
Yeah.
on it. So now, and so those are the things. So someone could say, well, you missed the opportunity, Hurricane. I probably did.
Yeah, always have a next opportunity. Always have a next opportunity. And I always say to the people like, oh, why I didn't buy in 2015? It's like, okay, you didn't buy in 2015. You have enough money right now. It's sitting in your bank. How much the bank is giving to you that they're using your money? Oh, they're giving me 2%, 3% in the best scenario, right? I'm like, okay, if you just if you take a ready property and you rent it, you have return of 6 to 14%. So it's double
better.
than the bank,
That's right.
right? So even if you didn't take it in 2015, that every one of us wish that have properties in 2015 when Dubai was still not what is today, but still they're upgrading a lot of things. So it will, the new Palm, the taxis, the Etihad Road, the biggest airport. There is things in the upcoming 5 to 8 years that are a lot that will appreciate the properties.
Well, Monica, one more thing, just on all this, like, so someone said, well, first of all, you see the money is there, it's safe because it's escrow, it's all government.
Yeah.
It's not really, you're not giving to the developer or anybody or to the agent. The agents don't work for you. They're already prepaid, so they don't have any incentive to do stuff other than push in, you know, the properties. So they don't have no, and everybody is licensed too. I want to make sure that you have to be aware that there's real estate law, and they have to go through a whole scrutiny and a course and pay fees and so on and so forth to be actually agents. So this is not the Wild West, you know, back in the days where you do it anyway. We have law, and I mean, I'm certified, you know, instructor in New York real law for teaching real estate law. They have the same there. So these agencies and agents, they have that. So that's just from a credibility point. But the other thing is, when you invest in the property, I think the most appealing part, besides having the ROI, is that you're not paying property tax other than the 5% that you gave initially.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's the property. It's yours, free, and that's it. If you make income, no income tax. So now you're actually winning across the board. Where else I don't think of any place, to be honest with you, that has that.
I have searched. I have spent 5 years searching because I have people and clients all over the world. So every client that when he come to me is from different country and different nationality. So we need to make it for him near, so we can explain. I have searched that, and plus, you spent a $1 million, right? Even if you buy a ready property, even if you pay to someone appreciation, you are renting it, and you are getting $100,000 a year. You're getting the check in the moment that you will rent. So you get the money and you put it in another property. This is how we do a lot of properties. If someone wants to do a return, you do a short-term rental, then it's more than 15 to 30% ROI. You don't want to do it the short-term rental? We have people that are doing short-term rental for you. 80% you are getting, 20% the managing company getting. 85% is the occupation all over Dubai, no matter where you have apartment. Even if you have in Ajman, in something that is 30 minutes from the city. Why? Because not everyone want to be near, and when they come to Dubai, they don't want some people come for golf. Mm-hmm. And I have this kind of friends and clients that are coming. They come for golf, so they go only when it's the 8 holes of championship golf. Some people come for horses. We're very famous about the horses, right? So they will go in the area then where is stables and people can enjoy about it. So all these short-term rentals and holiday homes and hotels are happening everywhere. So there is a lot of opportunities. Just to not confuse the people. We confuse them enough. I hope you will edit it properly. So
a lot of information.
Yeah, we will. Maybe you can put it on 7 times.
We'll figure out a way to play this differently, but yeah, it is a powerful show. Like I think everything is here.
Yeah, so we can. I mean, the only message that we need to give it, and if this is the end of the conversation, then it's that we are here to help them for anything that they need, not only real estate in Dubai. As I mentioned in the beginning, whoever listened to us 7 hours. We have a guy, because I have experience. When I came here, I was not having anyone, so I go to a very tough and rough month. The first month, it was for me total change, like coming from a small city with 20,000 people, going to a city that is futuristic and it's in the future 10, 15 years from before. So I'm happy to help people in every area, and this is how we build relationships and how we're working and how my team working too, not only me.
Well, I have to say I've experienced that personally, and you do have people, you do have connections, and you do it, in a very good way where you know how to build the relationship, and you're open about everything, and you have the options, so you have access to. It doesn't matter what property you want, folks. I mean, I think Monika can deliver that property to you because she has access to all the big guys and knows the tricks and knows the timing, knows everything. And there are projects that are right now currently in the map. As you said, there's so many projects that, out there, specifically if you want something that is off the map and ready, that is upcoming in the next few years, a couple of years, that will be hot places. She has them already. So all the stuff, and you can connect with her directly, or you can connect with me and I refer those into her. But the bottom line is there is an opportunity and there's even more things. I mean, I think, Monika, you forgot to mention that there is opportunities for people to actually even be flown in there to Dubai for a couple of days to
yeah, let's leave it something for them to surprise them, not only we can fly people in, just to come and see the things, and that's very nice opportunity that developer have think about it. But let them contact us, and we will surprise them with a couple of more things. If we tell them everything, then they will not need us.
Well, they have no choice. They have to contact you to know more. Now we throw in the cat, like, not their curiosity, right? Kills the cat. Like, I can be flown there. Well, you could. Well, let's find out more.
Yeah. That's an option.
Yeah, that's an option. But only way to do it is let's contact Monika and find out how you can do that, and what that means to you as well. So there's a lot of ways to do this. But again, if you are thinking, all the stuff that we talked about, in terms of family, future, safety, you name it, there is an opportunity, and it starts where a place to live. And so everybody's going to need that place to live. And you can make it also a business. And if you have, like you said, I love what you said about money can be in a bank, not doing anything, or you can have it making money for you. And one more
Yeah.
thing, because people think like, well, what if you talked about the bubble briefly? What if it stops or whatever? Well, like everything else, if you own a property and you don't do anything with it, it stays there until it pops up again. It
Yeah,
may
it's
not be
asset. You cannot
exactly.
lose anything. It's always asset.
Yeah, don't sell it when it's low. You wait until it goes back up. So yes, you invest. I mean, if it's prepaid, it's prepaid. It's making money until it's not, and if it's not, and then it's going to pump up again. Things do happen. I mean, but there's no one that can guarantee 100% that there's
Yeah, I
nothing's going to
like
happen
when
in the
people
world.
are asking me about something guarantee. I mean,
There's
we
no
cannot
guarantee.
guarantee anything. Like there is nothing guaranteed in the life. Even
That's right.
any business, just any business, right? The people in the pharmaceutical industry that before was having a mask for 0.02 cents, when Corona time came, was selling for $5. So, right? So there is a certain things, and the business is going up and down all the time. It's just a normal thing. So nothing is guaranteed. And honestly, we have even options with the guarantee return of investment, 7%, 10% for 10 years. For the people that are scared to do things and get more than that, we have even that. Just to not confuse them even more than it. Yeah, you want 10 years, 7% guarantee return of investment for this amount of money. Yes, we can do that. There is a corporation that are doing that. But me personally, I don't like it, because when it's opportunity to have 25%, why would you take 10? But okay, it's guaranteed. Okay, totally fine. We don't force people to change their habits.
Oh well, listen. On that note, you're right. We've put in so much stuff here, but here's the bottom line, folks. If you are thinking about Dubai, or if you watch this show and now you get intrigued about Dubai, well, only way for you not to be, any further confused or excited is to really set up a follow up with Monica. Call me or reach out to me or reach out directly to her. We'll make sure you have the information that you need. That's the way. That's the way you can ask questions directly. I mean, obviously, this is a show. We're talking about all kind of stuff just to give you some idea, but really on a one-on-one discussion, and you'll get more deep dive on every project and what's going on and how it's going to benefit you in the finances and all the stuff. And you'll see it is very attractive, and there is literally no downside that I could see personally. But again, it is up to you as a consumer to always do your due diligence, to look for things. The one thing also that you have to remember that you are not doing this in a place where people can run away with stuff. The government is at the helm of all these things. There's protection that is in there, and that's the biggest thing, because I think all of us as humans, whatever we own, in terms of finances, we want to protect, our money and assets,
Yeah.
and make sure we do it right. So know that you're doing in the correct place, and in a place where you have protection. Even if you're not local in Dubai, you're still protected as a consumer, when it comes to these things, because everything's through the government. Remember, you mentioned passports. So all this stuff can be discussed in person with Monica and her team, when you're ready to make that discussion. So if you see this show and you're interested, you know what to do. And that's where we'll leave it. Monica, anything else you want to close the show with today?
I think I said so many things. I think that you need to put like 10 episodes of Monica and Hurricane talking about real estate in Dubai.
Yeah, we might have to split this thing up, because it's like almost 3 hours already.
Yeah.
But listen, it's a lot of
like
stuff.
to talk. You like
Eh,
to talk too, so we find each other, so
Well,
we
a
can
talk
talk
show.
till tomorrow. We can do a 24-hour show.
Oh, I think that would be a Guinness record if we did that. Right? I don't think has been a 24-hour
They
long
have
show.
even
They
more
do?
than 24 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. See, I haven't looked into it, but maybe we'll just have to beat that.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you on so many things. Not every medium is giving a freedom to talk with 3 hours. Usually you are getting 5 to 10 minutes
Oh, you're lucky
on
if
the
you do.
air, right? On the air. So
Well, this is what this is about, is to share
yeah.
value with people. So we're doing that, and hopefully we'll drive it to people. And if you're excited, if you don't know, if you just want to inquire, this is a good place to start. You start, and trust me, as you said, you can select anybody Monica just as qualified, and her team is very qualified to get you the same information, the same access, and the same everything that you will get anywhere, as opposed to going through yourselves and finding. And she has the connections, those guys that she referred to. I know a guy, banking, this, that, services, action, whatever, because sometimes you're going to need a network to get things, expedited and working. So you have that. So that's it, Monika.
You cannot lose anything. You can just gain an opportunity. And if you don't think that you are someone that you want to do this, if you have someone that want to do it, you will benefit too from the process of doing the stuff. So if you like extra income, or if you want just to refer people to us, we are more than happy to share all the knowledge, and maybe we make a big community.
So Monica, quickly, just on the finances, can people actually buy with crypto and Bitcoin?
Yeah, the people can buy directly to the developer with crypto. We are the pioneer of doing crypto transactions, so you can own a property buying directly from your wallet. You don't need to convert it to dollars or to convert it to dirhams and lose in the transactions in the rate. So you can directly to the developer buy in crypto, in different cryptos, or you are sending here to the wallet in Dubai, and the company that is having the wallet is just transferring with the manager check, if that is something easier for you. And yeah, it's quite a lot of people that have made money in crypto are owning apartments, because every single day the rate is going up, and the trend is nice in the last couple of months.
And it's been real for the Bitcoin population. So hey, listen, I mean, if you can, purchase and invest, and you're just doing better with that. So well, thank you for that. So that's an opportunity for folks. If you're again watching the show, this is something that you can also take in consideration when making a decision in purchasing a property in Dubai. Well, so that's it. I think we're about to wrap this one. So, Monica, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much.
I know it's way late for you there.
Not much. It's 11 o'clock in the night.
And she's been working all day. So, that shows you the dedication. And believe me, Monica, workaholic. I've worked with her when I was in Dubai. She's literally there every day. I mean, and she tells you
passion. When it's passion, it's just going easy.
And I like your style. You're always early. When you say I'm gonna be here, you're there. It's not like I'll meet you at 9 o'clock. And then we'll see you at 10. You do it correctly. So that's the thing. I appreciate that. So people are always looking for someone that they can trust. I think we can do that here. So that being said, I'm Hurricane H. I hope you enjoyed this particular discussion show, and we'll be talking soon. And stay tuned. Bye.